All right, welcome everybody. Operations, workforce, and performance management. That's a big name for a course, but we're going to talk about a lot of things over the next few weeks. So I'm really excited to be here. My name is Chris Harris. I'm the facilitator for the course, and you'll see if you read my introduction a little bit why I refer to myself as a facilitator versus an instructor or professor. However, you can address me by those terms. If you are considering diversity issues or equity things, I'm a he, his, him type person. But please, I didn't put that on my contact information, but I encourage you to do so because we want to be respectful of your own wishes and how you want to be identified in the class. So, welcome again. Really glad to have everybody here. There's a lot of things to go over in the next few weeks. So this is kind of a very high-level introduction. Usually I will try and do a weekly introduction as well, specific to that particular unit. So bear with me as we run through the next 6 weeks in high level. So Unit 1, which is what we're in now, or Module 1, Week 1, some people call them different things. We're going to talk about an overview of HR, looking at the functions. And then the second part of the week, we're also going to talk a little bit about measuring and how are we determining the performance of the HR department. So we're going to look at metrics, key performance indicators, and things of that nature. As we transition into week 2, we're going to talk about job descriptions, job analysis, some of the workforce management that we do as HR professionals, but in the broader sense of operations managers, because you need to be able to manage your people no matter whether you're in a manufacturing, a technology, healthcare, finance. It doesn't matter. At the heart of it are people, because that's who's going to perform that job performer level that you're going to need to be familiar with, is working through those things. Unit 3, I believe we talk a little bit about education, performance management, things of that topic. And then Unit 4 is compensation and benefits, total rewards. How do we pay those people? Because people may love their jobs, and we really want them to love their jobs, but at the end of the day, they come to work with a paycheck, or for a paycheck. Sorry, not with a paycheck necessarily. They come because they need a paycheck. And then, of course, benefits feeds into that total rewards, because anymore it's a competitive landscape, and as an organization, we need to be able to attract and retain top talent. Unit 5 talks a lot about training and development, performance management. The two are frequently tied hand in hand, because we're going to help train our folks and give them the opportunities to be successful and improve their performance. Then we wrap up Unit 6, safety, workforce relations. And when I talk about workforce relations, or labor relations is the better term, we're talking about unionization and things like that. And before you go, don't have to worry about it, I'm not in a union shop, I will tell you, you very much have to worry about that. The National Labor Relations Act covers a lot of things that do not pertain to unionized workplaces, but are applicable to all employers. So pay attention in that week. Don't just blow it off, because the other thing we're talking about is safety. The Occupational Safety Health Administration Act. So there's a number of topics of interest that week. Just to put on your radar, because a lot of times you'll find that in our courses, in the last 2 units or the last 3 units, there's generally a group assignment. This course is no different. Unit 5 and Unit 6 will have major group projects that are due. A note on that, I will assign teams usually in week 2. The reason I don't do it in week 1 and as soon as people get there, because invariably you'll find one person that, has enrolled, doesn't participate, drops out, toward the end of the first week, Doesn't happen very often, but occasionally we'll have a late addition. So if I assign teams and say, hey, reach out to your teammates, and you guys are all, and gals, are working hard to make that happen, and you're reaching out and you're saying, we're going to meet on this day and this, and then all of a sudden you discover that one of your teammates is no longer participating or has dropped the class. In an effort to be equitable, sometimes then I have to shuffle the eggs in the basket, so to speak, and all of a sudden now you've got new people you're trying to work with and stuff. So I usually wait the first week and let the dust settle of the enrollment process a little bit. And that gives us an opportunity to, when I do assign the teams, they're typically more stable and you don't end up getting shuffled around and things of that nature. But that being said, please take a look at Unit 5 and Unit 6 so you can kind of start putting that on your time management calendar, because it's going to take a little work. And I would encourage you to start planning that early versus waiting till week 4 to go, oh yeah, we've got this huge paper that's almost 2,000 words and I've got to write it with 2 of my favorite people in the class. And so it's a little easier if you start in Unit 2 when you get that assignment to kind of meet those folks and start deciding how you're going to meet, who's going to do what, things of that nature. I do know the process associated with that. Went through a similar program for both my undergraduate and my graduate degree programs. So I'm familiar with the getting stuck, and I use that term loosely, with the person that you've had in another class and they didn't tend to do well. I'm familiar with that. So we try and mix it up. I do a very random analysis and assign folks on that basis. So enough about that, but look over the course shell if you have questions. Obviously, there's the class question board, or you can reach out to me directly. Really happy to work with everybody and excited to be here. So with that in mind, I'm going to close it out for the week. Look for a more detailed week 1 announcement video in the near future. Thanks, everyone.